But we good. Yeah, good and terrible.
Hello, and welcome to Culture Foolishness, the podcast. We are official. We've been teasing it for a while, but we here. I am Creed of Architects of Mars and ExodusStudios.com, and my co-host Eon.
Y'all already know it's Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite life coach. We are official like bathroom tissue.
Hey, we love that. So I wanted to start this off. Basically, this episode is going to be more of an intro to who we are. We kind of jumped into the show reviews and didn't really talk about ourselves a ton. And also, we're doing like a Q2 check in up to this point, a couple things that have happened this crazy first and second quarter of
2024.
2024. It's been really
It's been a roller
it's
coaster.
been a roller coaster already, and I don't know. I feel like just in my life and experience, like for some reason, leap years just end up having some interesting things happen in them, just in my experience. I don't know why. It's just weird.
Interesting.
Because I
Funny
mean,
enough, the last leap year was COVID, was 2020.
and that was fucking crazy. In the leap year before that, we moved away from
Yes,
Chicago.
yes,
So
we sure did.
it is that. So that's probably a perfect segue into talking about us a little bit. I've known Coach Tamara Simone a lot of my life and all of her life, because this is my little sister that is awesome and I love her and she's dope. So um let's talk about what you do a little bit. Like, what does Coach Tamara Simone like to do? And
Well, Coach Tamara Simone is a finance professional by day, and aspiring to not be a finance professional by night. And so what that looks like is I have a 9 to 5. I'm telling you niggas where, but I have a 9 to 5 and I work in finance in my day job. The Coach Tamara Simone thing is because I am a certified life coach, mostly coaching in the realm of dating and relationships. I kind of specialize in like dealing with breakups and kind of moving forward and just kind of getting back to healing from that, as well as I coached a lot of single women and just kind of working with them on their journey to in singleness, shall I say. I have recently gotten married, but I'm not going to necessarily call myself a marriage coach just yet, just because I've survived a couple months of it. However, um, I am an advocate of coaching in areas in which I can relate. One thing I hated was married people trying to coach single people on how to be single because you're not in these trenches no more. So Coach Tamara Simone, from a coaching standpoint, is on a bit of a hiatus as we try to recalibrate this thing that we are doing. However, if it's needed, then I may step out of retirement. But yeah, so that's a little bit about your beloved Coach Tamara Simone, your favorite life coach's favorite.
yes, indeed. No, I think that you'll be back to that, and I think the financial aspect of what you do, especially what you do outside of your 9 to 5, is what you are probably the most passionate about at the moment. So
At the moment, yes, absolutely.
and we just have to follow our passions, and I am a man of many passions as well. I'm
Tell us
Creed.
about the passion. Tell us about the passion.
Well, I'm Creed, and as I always say, as of Architects of Mars and Exodus Studios. What are those? Well, Architects of Mars, my clothing line. I have it on right now. Pretty much always have it on in anything that we have put out thus far. I think maybe an episode or two I had on my like dope Pendleton robe, and I was trying to be on some other stuff. But other than that, Architects of Mars, and the line is mainly to me is based in having fashion that relates to your creativity, and a lot of my designs are definitely based in the things that I love from a nostalgia standpoint. Different pop culture references are throughout everything that I do. It's a lot of science fiction references, and as far as like the cut and sew original pieces, it's always going to be something functional. I have like a dope scarf that's very functional, and a kimono that's coming out soon that's very functional. Everything that I make, I want it to be fashionable and also functional. As far as what Architects of Mars doing, Exodus Studios is my media company. I'm a videographer, photographer, and I do a little bit of FX things. So within that company, we strive to tell stories the best way we can for our clients, and also just different services like events, family photos. So we do everything over here, everything from a creative standpoint. I'm an illustrator as well. So anything visual, Exodus Studios, Architects of Mars, we have it for you. So that's just a little
And
bit.
because
Oh
he don't
well.
be talking about it like I be wanting him to,
Hmm.
but he's a stylist.
Yes,
He
I'm a
will dress you
stylist.
niggas.
Yes, I'm a stylist. That's where the passion for fashion to even do a line came from. So yes, I'm a stylist as well. Thank you for
He will help you put that
reminding
ish
me.
on. Yes,
Yes, I'm a stylist, and I can definitely help people with
he has
their
helped me.
wardrobes.
He has helped me, and that is always appreciated.
Thank you,
So,
thank you. So that's enough about us for the moment. It will trickle in on future episodes very organically, but we wanted to do just a little intro before we hopped into the foolishness that has been 2024 so far.
yes, absolutely. I felt like it was, since we are kind of reporting and speaking to the foolishness of this culture, then I felt that it was pretty needed to do a Q2 check-in, to just kind of look at where we are thus far, what has happened, kind of reflect and so on and so forth. And I think it'd be a good idea to do one for Q3 and Q4. Just throwing it
Oh,
out there.
absolutely. No, I like
Just
this as the inaugural episode, especially where we are in the year, and um really the main reason I even wanted to do the show recaps is to just kind of introduce people to us so we could kind of jump in and go from there. So with that being said, where would you like to start with
I always
good
like to
old
start from the beginning. And so,
mm-hmm.
I feel like this year, 2024, has been a year of, I guess, revelation. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of truth has come to light. And, our good brother, Cat Williams, kicked that off with the infamous Shannon Sharp interview at the very beginning of the year.
Yeah, it was definitely like right in the first
Yeah,
week
it
of
was like,
January.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
very early in the year. And so, he came in just letting it out with, no, just straight up no chaser. Um, yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy because like a lot of stuff that he was referencing, like Diddy and all these things, and what are we dealing with right now? All his little fuckery is coming out. So
And I mean, like, it's, like again, so like literally we came into 2024 strong because we were still, on the heels of the Cat Williams thing. And then after that, we had the whole Risa Tisa debacle, the who the F that I married
Thank you
debacle.
for bringing that up. That was super crazy. Like I did the cliff notes when I saw the time on that. I was like,
Whew.
no.
Yeah, I agree. I tried, but then I was just like, you know what? This is just not the best use of my time. Respectfully, I'm gonna get the cliff notes. I'm gonna get a decent amount of cliff notes or whatever. But yeah, I am very much so an advocate of like storytelling. Anyone who's had a conversation with me and I'm telling them a story, I'm taking you on this journey with me. You're gonna feel like you were there.
Yes.
Pretty much anytime I'm telling a story, then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I can visualize all of this. So I'm an advocate of that. But sis, that was a lot. But
that's a lot. It was definitely painting the picture though.
It painted the picture loud and clear. And I mean, from there, then we had the Monique interview with Shannon Sharp. We had, other events that took place. I mean, a lot of men who've been out here reckless. Their time is catching up to
the reckoning for all the fuck niggas is definitely upon us right now. And it's funny because I always felt a way about Diddy, and from the very beginning, and I literally had to. He kind of bludgeoned me with art to stop being weird about him because I was like, I don't like this dude. And then he came out with the No Way Out album that was cold, and he just kept making cool shit. I was like, I guess, I know that you're not
Victory
rapping.
was your joint.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I knew Biggie wrote it, but it was like,
but he never claims to write.
right. And that's the thing. Like, at least, that's the difference between him and a Drake who obviously puts out that he's a full artist and he's writing this stuff and blah blah blah. So when accusations of him not writing this stuff come out, it's damning. Whereas to him, he's like, oh, what was the line on one of them songs? Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. So you've been writing a lot of them motherfuckers to keep people quiet, apparently.
Hush, Monique. But the difference between him and Drake in that capacity is that Diddy never wrote.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
People can say they can have their accusations about whether or not Drake writes now, but as someone who is a fan of him and has been since a very long time.
I gave you to see the first CD.
You did, but like I knew ramblings of him from Replacement Girl. Like I was rocking with them, and so he was writing then. Like people try to do this whole thing like he was writing. Like he has writing credits on Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name. No, not You Don't Know My Name. Unthinkable, which is one of my jams. He wrote what's the joint by Jamie Foxx? Fall for Your Type.
That's a jam. That's a jam.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I think that the thing
now everything I'm not gonna say he right.
Well, so this is what I feel like had happened with the whole, Drake and Kendrick beef, to not dwell on it too much, but just like the overview. I feel like Kendrick was attacking the concept of a Drake rapper more so than Drake himself.
I agree.
Obviously, he got like specific personal things to talk about to, be a part of the disses and all of that. But it was less about Drake and more the concept of like, it seems like you're a manufactured caricature of what we do and we are naturally, and going back to the original material that he put out, he never sounded like that hard talking about I'm gonna send dudes out and we doing this. I feel like the past few years where he been kind of like getting too big for his britches, saying all this kind of like super gangster shit and like niggas that's like really from the hood, even though Kendrick's not necessarily ever build himself as a gangster rapper. He from Compton. So he done seen shit. The stuff that he rap about acting like, it's like you never seen nothing like what Kendrick saw growing up in Toronto. Maybe
He spent time in Memphis with his father.
but when he
Summers.
be talking, he be acting like Toronto is the hood and
I
shit.
know, like I know.
And that's the issue. So I don't know. I have never been there, so maybe they hood is,
Maybe
every
there's a
city
part
got a
of it
hood.
that's
Every city got a hood, so I'm not gonna take that away from it. But it was more of like I am going to take out this quote unquote culture vulture type person out of, and that's how his attack was.
yes, I do agree with that. So it's but here's the thing that's so interesting about not only 2024 but just where we sit now with culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like that happened and that was a huge thing like last week, and now
The Diddy
like
shit is the
and
thing.
like no, Diddy was a big thing a few months ago with the whole thing with Cassie and the payout and the
Right, right, right,
all this stuff
right. But
like that,
now you see
and
why he
then he
paid out so quick.
but then like it died down and then other things came into play.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shannon Sharp, he just got his face all over 2024 for
Oh
these
yeah,
interviews.
no,
So
he's his
a lot of
fingers
that
on the
stuff,
pulse.
right, a lot of that stuff came to the forefront and that just ended up being the topic of conversation, and Diddy was laying
Mm-hmm.
low, rightfully so. And he was like, "Who? They ain't talking about me no more." All right. Then the video drops, and we talking about you yet again.
That video was so tough to watch. Like for me, as a big brother and just a person who, excuse me, always strives to be a safe space for women around me. I don't want to be a person that you feel uncomfortable around or anything like that. To see a man hitting a woman like she is a man, like
Dragging her, kicking, and
I
all of this
have no
stuff.
words.
Like,
It's
and
crazy.
unfortunately, I have dealt with domestic violence at some point. So, and some guys like, "Oh my God, here we go with it." Yes, here we go with this. I have dealt with it. It's triggering to watch for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was triggering to watch. It was like it was very off putting. I feel
Mhm.
like it was something that like Ike Turner would have been like, "Damn, my nigga, shit." Like,
Yeah,
like
because he was kicking her like Kane and damn Mr. Society was kicking
yeah,
that
with
dude
the
in the yard.
dude.
I was like, yo,
And then I'm like, how the hell did this nigga manage to do this and keep his towel on?
that's actually he really did a tight tie on that motherfucker because the way he kicked her, that shit should have really
It
flew
should
off
just
for real.
fell. Should been dick everywhere. Wasn't. Like, you know what that tells me, nigga, that you are true to this. You are not new to it, you are true to it.
You know how to beat somebody ass in the town. The town don't even fall off. Yeah, you did this before. That ain't your first
This is not
rodeo.
your first rodeo at all, my man. And I've seen people point out that the way she curled up means that this ain't the first time that she's been subject to that type of abuse, because she went right into defense mode, right into let me curl myself up so that he don't get my face, or so that he don't hit some vital organ or something crazy like that. So yeah,
That's
very,
wild to
very
me.
unfortunate. And it spread like wildfire when it got hit. I my heart goes out to Cassie for having to see this constantly on social media and relive that, especially when she's so far from that place now.
Right.
So that's unfortunate. I don't, if I had, if my incidents in the past were videotaped and then I had to relook at them years later, I don't know how I would fare with that. So
yeah, that's tough, but that's what you sign up for as a celebrity, partially, as far as like that type of attention and having
I was gonna
to
say,
see
I
it.
don't, guys. He's not saying you sign up to get your ass whooped.
Oh, no. It's just whatever you do, whatever it is, if it's something that they feel like they can sensationalize as a news outlet or whatever, they're gonna do it, because they want views, they want
You
people
want the
interested in
story,
what
yeah,
people,
the clicks and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, that was yeah, that was very hard to watch. So what else? 2024. We obviously have the conflict over in Palestine with Israel, and that's just the fact that a people went through the Holocaust and use that as basically the excuse to even be in that region of the world, to be honest, and then inflict that same type of um damage on another people. Like, it just, it really is one of those make it make sense type moments, because it just don't even make no sense to me when I'm seeing it, and the world is just like, don't do that, and then got their hands behind their back. Just saying.
I have no comment.
Oh, you don't have an opinion on this?
No.
Okay.
No one will clip this up and try to send this to my company. You will not. No.
Okay.
About to hit you with the no.
I feel you. No, it is very polarizing, so I definitely understand, and I just kind of threw that out there. So
yeah, I mean it is something that is happening. And this is an election year. And I know this is, hey, we're talking about things of that realm. This is an election year. Trump, I almost said Chump. Oops.
Freudian slip.
Trump is on trial right now in this hush money case with Stormy Daniels. So that's happening while also simultaneously running for president.
I don't understand how this fool got all these cases and he's just like, yeah, you can run for president, it's fine. And could win and got pending cases. That's wild to me. Like, how is that not in the bylaws to where they can't be president if they got pending cases? That seems like that's common fucking sense, right? It don't make no sense to me.
Probably would have disqualified other people who were running around that time had they put that into law. So
there's so many goofy things happening. Like I saw something today and it made me almost throw my phone. And it's kind of like old news to a degree, but obviously we doing, like just a recap of this quarter in general. I was just scrolling and they had the cast to A Different World out in front of the White House. And this was on Kamala Harris's IG. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but y'all fucking up though. This ain't helping nothing that y'all fucking up with at all. And just to be clear, because when anybody speaks against the Democratic Party, they automatically think that you a Trump supporter or something like that. We not that. We're just gonna sit here and call it like it is. Both parties is fucking up royally, and they not doing nothing for nobody right now. That's the fucking problem. Both parties is not. It's literally like poop and poop. One smells a little bit not as bad as the other one, and the other pile is bigger. That's literally your choices.
On poop. Poop is gonna poop, and one of the poops is trying to get rid of these student loans, which I'm not mad at, but that don't, clear them of their foolishness.
No, I mean that's the only thing that may actually. Oh shit. That might be the only thing that keeps them in contention to even hold the office is that they got to go hard on that. Shoot. Speaking of, I need to check. But shit. If you forgiving everybody loans, that's the only thing in my life. Let me vote this motherfucker. This clown, he gonna trip over a damn stair and bust his head, and then Kamala gonna be president.
What did she say? Shout out Fife. So anyway, it don't matter.
Did she? I hope not.
Yeah, she did. And they was like, yeah, but Fife is gone, and it has been for a long. R.I.P. Fife. I had on my Tribe Called Quest shirt yesterday.
Hey,
yes,
my
indeed.
little sister right there.
It was Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang. Both of them were a good decision, either way. But yeah,
I'm so happy, and this is gonna be in a couple weeks. This is gonna be from this day, but Minnesota look like they about to win this game, and I'm very elated. And I'm not gonna say the reasons, but I'm happy. I like that.
So the playoffs are happening right now. So there's that. Let's see what else is happening. We said it's an election year. Shannon Sharp got everything in a chokehold with these interviews and these people. Although
really
people do it to them. I mean,
he just did the one with Keenan. With Kale? Kale. I just watched that recently. That was very, very good. Definitely gave a ton of insight on where he's been and why he haven't been producing a lot of art over the past 20 years. Like his counterpart Keenan, he was able to get in there with SNL, so that obviously helped his productivity. But yeah, he's been killing it. I have to give him his props, especially coming from football. People didn't even give him credit to be able to do what he's been doing with this media. So good kudos to you, brother.
Yeah. So it's definitely been some explosive moments on there. The Monique interview, that one did numbers.
Yes.
So I mean, man, let's see what else has happened. Hell, Usher's halftime show at the Super Bowl. Like, it's so much going on. And then all of a sudden, I feel like everybody and they play cousin got a concert this year.
This is like on some real shit. Like, this year is giving heavy 1996 energy. It's very
it's just so much going on.
So much going on in the year. I hope it's nothing bad that's on the horizon, because there was some bad things happened in that year too. But as far as like the music, we got, I mean, so many people dropping. Every time I go on to Apple Music or Spotify, it's like one of my favorite artists and either dropped a project or a single or something. Like, the energy going into this summer is gonna be crazy. Like, have you? I'm sure you heard this song, but I don't know if you played it and looked it up. That $1 Million Baby song.
I don't think so.
You've heard it, because it's okay. Like every reel has it on there. It's just, it might not resonate that it's actually a single. It might feel like, oh, it's just some TikTok song, but that's gonna be the anthem of the summer. It's already doing numbers. Like this.
I thought the Kendrick joint was gonna be the anthem of the summer.
Oh, that's going, like, to have a diss track be that much of a bop. But I'll say this: as much as that's a bop, I feel like Metro won this beef, because I wake up in the morning humming BBL Drizzy. It's terrible. That song is catchy as hell. I was like, God damn you. BBL It's there. It's a bop. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I wanted to ride, which I'm not an anti-Drake person. I really have no horse in this race because at the end of the day, none of these dudes is paying me. I'm going
That's
to
facts on facts. And like, I'm tired of people arguing and defending people that they don't know. Like, it's people who are, defending Drake with their life. And I'm like, if you don't know this for a fact on fact, then you sound crazy. Because the same people who doing this was defending Diddy. And now look at your goofy asses.
looking crazy than that thing. I mean, and I never defended him because I
You
always
cannot
thought
be
he was
out
a
here
creep.
defending people that you don't know personally.
Don't know these people. Like, what the fuck is we talking about right
Fake
now?
ass, fanatic ass, weirdo people. Stop that.
Never. I don't have. It's nobody that I'm fanatical about. Like, I like somebody art and all that shit, but
Yeah.
that's about all I could do for you. Like with Drake, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't like Drake songs. I love Drake. Like, as far as
This nigga's run has been insane.
The vibes of the certain songs that you live your life to, it's like a soundtrack, and he definitely has things that resonate with the average person, things they go through on a day-to-day basis. Is Kendrick super dope? Absolutely. Does he have a whole ton of songs that are that type of vibe? For me, not particularly. He has very conceptually artistic, dope rap songs. And as a hip-hop head, I super appreciate that. It's a time for that. And sometimes if I'm cruising at night, I want to listen to Drake talk about being a toxic ass nigga. Cause sometimes you look back in the past and you did some bullshit and just a little memory pop up. You be like, oh, that was crazy. It wasn't shit then. That's crazy. I'm glad I grew as a person.
I agree. And I love both of their art, and I can separate the art from the artist, and a lot of people can't do that. And that's why a lot of people are out here willing to risk it all for someone who wouldn't even take a picture with you if they saw you in the fucking airport.
Man, can we? And I don't even be asking these motherfuckers for pictures. I don't care.
Either.
Because you
Because
a
they
person.
shouldn't be obligated to it anyway.
Number one, and you just another person out here. And maybe I'm not gonna front. If it was like a female artist that I like really like, I'll probably be more prone to want to take a picture with them versus like it's so many famous males I've seen out there, and I just be like, you dope. And I will say, I'll be like, man, I love your shit, and like keep it moving. I don't want to take no picture with you, bro. But on that note, I think this was a really good intro episode, and we're just gonna wrap it up right here. I am Creed of Exodus Studios, architectsofmars.com, and my co-host is
Coach Tamara Simone.